Hello everybody, this is Luz and I'm going to show you how to make a pinhole camera and develop your own pictures with a homemade recipe. The first thing that we will do is place our templates on top of our poster board and secure them with electrical tape. With a ruler, we can follow the lines of the template and start cutting the poster board. We can use X-Acto or scissors, or a combination of both. Be careful in the intersection. This is an area that it can be a little bit tricky, so just stay within the broken lines. Move around the electrical tape so you can keep cutting the template. Remember to cut template 2A and 2B. Now we're ready to move our template. For template 2B, cut a rectangle and then with scissors, trim following the template. The poster board is a little bit thick. Use scissors and X-Acto to finish cutting the pieces of the camera. Now that the camera body is ready, we can start adding the other pieces. With the template, identify the section where the aperture is going to be. Using a ruler, mark an X in the middle of the square. Mark a dot in the center of the X. Open the colorful papers to find the metallic rectangle and the pin that we're going to use for the aperture. Take the metallic rectangle and place it in the center of the X. And mark the edges in the poster board. With the tip of the pin, make a small hole in the center of the rectangle. It has to be a tiny hole. This will allow the light to go through. Using the metallic rectangle, draw a smaller rectangle in the poster board. Once that it's marked, carefully cut it with an X-Acto. This will leave an open area where the aperture will be placed. Place a metallic rectangle in the center of the X on top of the open area and secure it with the electrical tape. Confirm that the pinhole is at the center of the square by turning the body of the camera. If not, remove the electrical tape and repeat. Following the template, fold the edges of the box. You can use a ruler to help the process. Following the template, mark the edges of the lids of the box. Using the ruler as a guide, fold the edges of the box. Once all the edges have been folded, we can form our box. Remember that the electrical tape should be in the inside of the box. To finish forming the box, glue the lid. The camera is made of several parts. One is the aperture and the other one is the shutter. The aperture is that pinhole that we already did. The shutter is what it's going to allow us to control the light that comes into the camera. Take the template 2A and 2B. Mark the edges of 2B in 2A and fold. Take piece 2A and place it on top of the pinhole. Mark the center. Cut about 1/4 of an inch square in the center. Fold tight 2A. Measure template 2A inside 2B by sliding it. And measure 2B and 2A in the aperture. The aperture should be visible. If not, turn the piece 2B and trim half of the lids on the horizontal side to ensure that the pinhole is visible. Tape 2A with duct tape until secure. Be careful of not taping the right side. Continue forming the box and gluing one of the sides. If needed, add additional weight inside the box while the glue dries. Remember that the right side of the box should stay open. This side will be used to insert the photographic paper. Slide 2B into 2A, making sure that it will slide in and it will slide out. This will control the light. The pinhole camera is ready to use. Before heading to the darkroom, let's talk about our paper. The photographic paper is light sensitive, so it cannot be exposed at any times until we are ready to take the picture. It has two sides. One is softer and the other one is sticky. Put tape in the soft side and secure it inside the camera, in the opposite side of the aperture. The sticky part is the emulsion, which is the side that should be exposed to the light. Practice this process in the light. Remember, you cannot add the paper while there's light. So just practice this process so you can do it in a dark room. Once that the paper is inside, use rubber bands to hold the box shut. The pinhole camera is ready to use. For the developer, we will add 250 milliliters of water. Add half teaspoon of washing soda and keep mixing until it's dissolved. Add 2 teaspoons of vitamin C and mix. Add 4 teaspoons of instant coffee. Keep mixing until it's dissolved. and set aside. For the fixer, we will add 500 milliliters of warm water. Add half a cup of salt and mix until it's dissolved. Set aside. We have our homemade developer and fixer ready to go. So now we can take a picture. Remember to add your paper in the dark room. Open the plastic bag. There's going to be 2 photographic papers. Take one out and leave the other one inside. Then place the paper inside the camera. And close the camera with the rubber bands. We're ready to take our picture. We have already chosen our subject. Place the camera in a fixed position. Open the shutter, letting the light inside the camera. Remember, the exposure length varies with how sunny or cloudy it is. If it's full sun, we need between 45 seconds and 1 minute. If it's cloudy, it could take about 4 minutes. Remember to set your timer. Once the time has passed, close the shutter. In a room with light, place a homemade developer, a tray with water, and the homemade fixer. Once that you're ready, turn off the lights. Be sure everything is dark. Check our tips on the instruction sheets on dark rooms. You can still do this in the dark. You just have to practice several times in the light and then go into the dark room, absolutely dark, and try to develop your paper. Open your camera, take out the paper, remove any tape that is left. Submerge the paper in the developer for about 4 minutes. Move it constantly. Don't take the paper out until it has passed about 2 minutes. If the paper was placed correctly, you'll start seeing an image. After the 4 minutes has passed, rinse in water for about 30 seconds to a minute. Then submerge into the fixer and cover with a dark paper for about 24 hours. Do not open or remove this paper. After 24 hours in the light, remove the dark paper. Take the photo and rinse it in water for 30 seconds. Remove it and hang it to let it dry. Well, that's it. These are the photos after the process. I hope you have fun making this pinhole camera and developing your photographs.